Hello friends, welcome back to automationtestinginsider.com. This is Selenium WebDriver part 65, and today I'm going to show you how to read Excel file in Selenium using Apache POI library. And it's very important topic. Before I start data-driven framework, I think it's very important to understand how to read and write Excel file in Selenium WebDriver. So today I'll show you how to read Excel file, and in the next video I'll show you how you can write data into Excel file. Okay. So let's get it started. So how to write Excel file in Selenium. So basically in Selenium we don't have feasibility to read and write Excel file. So we need to take help of third-party API. So we have a couple of APIs, like we have Jxl and Apache POI. So Apache POI is mostly, it's very important and mostly have been used, this Apache POI. So to read and write an Excel, Apache provides a very famous library called POI, and this library is capable enough to read and write both XLS and XLSX file format. So there are two file formats in Excel. We have XLS and XLSX. Okay, so since we have couple of libraries, like as we have discussed, Jxl and Apache POI, so what is the difference between them? Okay, so let's have a look in the next slide. So this is the difference between Jxl and Apache POI. So the most important and significant difference is that Java JXL does not support XLSX format. Okay, it only supports XLS format. So this is the biggest difference. And the next one is JXL doesn't support conditional formatting, whereas Apache POI does the same. And JXL doesn't support rich text formatting, that is different formatting within a text string. Okay, but we have that ability to do in Apache POI. So these are few differences which I have uh, listed down here. Okay, now let's talk about different classes and interfaces associated with Apache POI library. So these are the different classes and interfaces of Apache POI. So in the middle we have interface. We have different interfaces like workbook, sheet, row, and cell, and corresponding we have uh, based on file format we have different classes. So for XLS we have these are the classes: HSSF workbook, HSSF sheet. Okay, and for XLSX file format we have XSSF workbook. Okay, so the only difference is the prefix, like here we have H and here we have X. So these are the different classes which implements these interfaces. Okay, HSSF workbook implements this workbook. Similarly, this XSSF workbook implements this workbook interface. Okay, so these are classes, and basically these are the first row, this first line, HSSF workbook, and this XSSF workbook represent an Excel file. Okay, and this is about sheet, and this is row, and this is cell. So this is about different classes and interfaces in Apache POI, and we'll create the object of a few classes here, and I'll show you a demo on that one. Okay, so how to start, how to read and write Excel file in Selenium. So first of all we need to download the jar files, supporting jar files. So we have this link. If you are using simple Java project, then you have to manually, you need to just download all the jar files, and you have to build those jar files in your project. So this is the link which I have. So if I'll provide the link in the description box of this video, and I'll post in my blog as well. So if you fire this URL, and you need to just click on the first one. The latest stable release is Apache POI 4.1.2. so just click on that, and you need to download this, the second option, this bin one. You have to download this one, and let me show you. Already I have downloaded. So here we have yeah, it will be downloaded in this zip file, and you have to unzip that, and it will look like this. So inside that we have few folders. So you need to export all the jar files. You need to import in your project all these jar files outside of the folders, and inside we have leaf and this o xml leaf, we have few jars. Okay, so you need to just import all the jar files. And in case if you are using Maven project, so we have couple of dependencies for POI and for POI hyphen OOXML. So these two dependencies are required. Okay, and one important thing is you should have the same version for this POI, the first dependency, and for the second one as well. So here I have 4.1.2, that one is the latest one, and here we have 4.1.2. So both should be same. Okay, now let's go to Eclipse and so let me create one project here. So project, I'll create Maven project. I'll give name like read Jxl, and same I'll give artifact ID as well. Click on finish. So my project will be created here. So here you can see the project is created, and I'll open this pom.xml. Now I need few dependencies to download jar files. Okay, so first of all I need TestNG jar files, TestNG Maven dependencies. So just search in Google like this, TestNG Maven dependency. So here I can click the first link, and we have latest TestNG 7.1.0. so just click on that, and you need to just copy from dependency like this. Just copy it and put it in your dependency inside dependencies tag. So just put it over here. Now we need couple of dependencies related to this Apache POI, right? So as we have discussed, so you need to copy these two as well and put it over here. Now all done, control shift F and do control S, so it will build all the jar files. Okay, so all done I guess. So here you can see Maven dependency, this is TestNG, and we have this POI related Apache POI. This is Apache POI 4.1.2, and this is POI XML. Okay, so these are the jar files already added in my project. Now what I'll do, I'll create one package over here in this srcmain Java folder. So I'll give name like com dot, let's say read Jxl. Click on finish, and I'll create one class over here. I'll give name like read Jxl. Okay, and click on finish. One more thing, we need to read Jxl file, right? So we should have Jxl file in our project directory. So what I'll do, I'll create a folder here. So just go to your project and right click, and we have new option, and here you can see we have folder. So just click on folder, and I'll give name like test data. Click on finish, and inside this what I'll do, I'll go to the this path. Okay, so right click and click on properties, so you'll get this path. Simply we can navigate from here. So this is my project directory, this is the project directory, and this is test data, and here I'll create one Jxl file, and I'll give name like test data, and just open it. And what I'll do, I'll create couple of columns. Okay, and we'll read using our program. Okay, so what I'll write, let's say first name 1, last name 1, like this. We can write data over here, and here I'll give first name 2, last name 2, and simply I'll drag up to 10, let's have 10 rows. So here we have 10 rows and 2 columns. Okay, so we'll read these data with our program. And yeah, let me close this. 1 second, we have proper name, right? First name, last name, yeah, all looks good. And let's check the file format. So we have this is yeah, here you can see XLSX file format. Okay, so just so we need to create the object according to this file format. Okay, and what I'll do, we need to just I'll create one method over here, public void read Excel. So inside this I need to create few variables. So first of all we need Excel path, right? So I'll have this variable Excel path, and simply I'll copy let me refresh this so that I can see, yeah, this is my Excel file, and simply I'll copy this path. Okay, and I'll put it over here. So here I have taken one string variable to get the path of Excel file, and I'll take another variable, let's say file name. What is my file name? So file name is test data, and I'll have one more uh, let's say sheet name, because we need to get the sheet as well to read the data. Let me just open here. So this is sheet 1, let's rename it to test and do Control S. Let's close this. So what is my sheet name? That is test. So here I have taken 3 variables, string variables, and now I need to create the object of file class. So how to create the object? With new keyword, and like this we can create. And here you need to provide the Excel path, the file path. So done. 1 second, this is not required, yeah. So we need to, and this is to create the object of file class to uh, get the Excel path, to get the file path. Okay, and now to read the file, we need file input stream. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, file input stream will create the object of file input stream, and with new keyword file input stream, and here we'll provide our file. So file is here. Now we'll do one thing, we need to create the object of let me show you. For we have this format, right? XLSX file format. So we need to create the object of XSF workbook. So let's create the object of XSF. Here we have XSF workbook. Let's say I'll take variable WB, and with new keyword workbook, and here we need to provide the FIS, the object of this file input stream. So far it's done. We need to add throws declaration, we'll do that. Let's declare throws. I'll do one thing, I'll have this base class exception better to, so it will take care of other exceptions as well. So we have couple of objects here. Now we'll create the object of using this object. What we can do is dot get sheet. 1 second. We can get the sheet, okay, and here we'll provide the sheet name. This is how we can get, and we'll store in sheet class object. Okay, so here I'll provide like this we can do, and instead of this sheet object, what you can have, you can xsf sheet. Yeah, this is how we can take. So what I have done, I have called a method called get sheet, so we can get the sheet name by calling this method, and that will return xsf sheet object. So here I have stored like this. Okay, because the first thing is we have given the file path of, to get the file path where our excel sheet is present, and second one is to read the file. We have created the object of file input stream, and later on to get the excel sheet we have this xsf workbook for particular file format. So here I have provided the file input stream object, and later on we need to get particular sheet. So here we'll provide the sheet name, which is test. Okay, now what we'll do, using this object we can call get last row number. Okay, so this is how we can get the uh, total row count. Okay, so let me just print this, and I'll show you how to print the data. Total rows, and here I'll simply give row count only. So this will give you, let me run this. So what I'll do, so I cannot run this class, so I'll use @test over here, so that we need to add TestNG library so that I can run this class. Now I have to import test.org testng.annotation, so I can run this. So let me run it, whether it is working or not. So it should print the total rows, and the index starts from 0, so it will print 9. So let's have a look. So our test is passed, and here you have a 9. Okay, so total rows 9, but we have 10 rows. Okay, so it starts from 0, so that's why it prints 9. Now what I'll do, how to get the particular data, right? So how to get that? So we have sheet dot get row number. Let's say I want to get the first row. Okay, so row is 0 dot get cell. So let's say I want the second, so I'll put 1, and then get cell. 1 second, what is get string? We have one, so we have different 1 second, oh sorry, dot get string cell value. So we have different methods over here. You can see numeric value, raw value, reference, rich string. So we are going to use this string cell value. Okay, we are going to use this method. Now it will give a string variable. So I'll store, let's say, data, and then I'll simply print that. So let's print that. So it should print the first I mean 0th row. So this is 0th row, and yeah, this one is 0th row, right? And first column, so this is the first column, sorry, 0th column, and this will be the first, so it should print last name 1. So let's have a look. So successfully passed. So here you can see last name 1. So this is how you can print. And now what I'm gonna do, let's print all the values. Okay, so we need two for loops. Okay, so and yeah, so how we'll print, so we'll print we'll get first this row, and we'll print column wise. Okay, the first we'll get iterate through rows wise, and then we'll print like first name last name, first name to last name to, like that. Okay, so let's do how we can do that. So we need two for loops. For, let's take one variable I is equal to 0, and I less than or equal to till uh, this row number. Okay, total row number, and I plus plus. And what I'll do here, we need this sheet dot get row. Get row method is there. Why it is not there? How to get the row? Sheet dot, one second, get row. Here we have, yeah, and here I'll provide. So this will get the particular row. So we'll get the particular row first, and then we'll print column wise. So let's say I'm getting this first, the first row, and then I'll print first name and last name, and then I'll iterate row by 1. Okay, and then it will get into second row, so like that. So I'll store this in, we have a row class, and I'll give row like this. Okay, and I'll start the second for loop. Second for, I'll use second variable j is equal to 0, and j less than row dot, we have get, we have one method get, one second, sheet get last, no, we have till last row, last column, right? So we have get last cell number. Yeah, so row dot, in this row object we have, in this row class we have a method called get last cell number. Okay, so it will run till here, two columns we have, and I'll do j plus plus, and inside this loop what I'll do, simply I need to just get the data, sheet dot get, and get row dot, so row should be j, and get cell, so sorry, this should be I, and this should be j dot get, get string, get string cell value, like we does earlier. Okay, so this will, this row and this is cell. Okay, and this will get the value. get cell value. So I think we are done. Now let's simply print this, right? So we'll store in variable called data, and how to print. One second, we have data, let's put data1 and simply print this. I'll print in a single line, so I won't use println, and here simply I'll print. One second, I'll simply give this data1 over here, and then what I'll do, after printing one first value, I'll give some space and then last name. So that's why I have used space like this. So this is done, and after this for loop we need to print one line so that it will print in the next line. Okay, so for that we'll simply use this println statement. I think all done, so I can run this program. Everything is done, so let me just run it. Run as TestNG test. So one test case is passed, so let me just have a look. So here you can see first name, last name, first name, last name 2, like this. So we have 10 rows, right? So this is how we can print, we can get all the data from Excel sheet. So the format we have XSF, XLSX format. Okay, so that's why I have created the object of XSSF workbook. Now let's create one library, because this is not a recommended way. So I'll create one library from where we can get, we can call the method, we can create one method get data or something, and then from there we can call from our test case. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So do not worry guys, I'll post this source code in my blog. Okay, and what I'll do now, yeah, inside this package only, let's create Excel library, and click on finish. And yeah, let's uh, have a look for this class first. So I need couple of objects. Okay, so what I'll do, XSF workbook we need, so I'll create one reference variable of XSF XSSF workbook, and we need XSSF sheet. So I'll give name sheet here, and yeah, now I'll create one constructor so that my class, I mean this will be loaded every time when we create the object of Excel library class. Okay, the constructor should be called every time, so we'll write this piece of code inside constructor. Okay, the one which we have written, created the object of few classes over here, so we'll write the same over here. So public Excel library, and simply I'll create the constructor like this, same name as class name. And what I'll do here, we need to just create the object of first of all I need to have this file path, so simply copy this, I can have it over here. This is the first thing we want, and another thing what do we need is, we need to create the object of file, right, file class. So we can copy from here, no problem, file class. So simply copy like this, and we need to create the object of, and guys I forgot to close this object, so always it's good practice to close your object. Okay, so I have created the object of this XSSF workbook, so close the object at the once you are done with your uh, code. Okay, so otherwise it will give an error, maybe because memory related. Okay, so better to close, that's recommended way. And yeah, coming to this, we need to create the object of file input stream. So simply create the object of file input stream. I'll copy paste, and what we need to do, yeah, we need to create the object of XSF workbook as well. So since already I have created a reference variable, so simply I'll use like this. Okay, and it's throws declaration, so simply exception class over here. All are done. Now what I need, I think everything is done. Now simply I'll create one more method, and from there public void read data will read the data from the second method. Okay, so how to read the data, and here I'll provide three variables. So a string, I'll provide the sheet name, and I'll provide int row and column like this. And what I'll do, I'll use this object sheet, and I'll get the data. Sheet dot get, we have get row, right? One second, first we have to get the sheet name. Get sheet name. Okay, and I'll provide sheet name over here. Dot, one second, get sheet name does not have sorry, we need to use this object first. Sorry guys, one second. Get, and we have sheet, get sheet. Okay, and I'll pass this sheet name over here, so we can get the sheet name. And yeah, this will give you will store in this worksheet variable like this. I think this is fine. Now what I'll do, I'll get the particular data, so use this variable get sheet, and get row dot, one second, pass this row, the variable which we have taken here, dot get cell, we have column, and dot get string cell value, the method which we called last time in the last class as well. Okay, so this is done, and I'll store, this will return the string type of data, right? So let's store in string data, and finally what I'll do, will return this data, and simply we have to change the return type to string. So this, our method is done. I think everything is fine here. So what I have done in this Excel library, I have created couple of object of workbook and sheet. Okay, and I have written one constructor so that it will be loaded every time. And this is the Excel path. We have created the object of file class. Similarly, we have created the object of file input stream, where we passed the file path. Okay, and later on we have created the object of, I mean, this is how we can refer, we have created the object of XSSF workbook. and we have separate method to read the data. Okay, so that will read and return a string type of data from Excel sheet. Now what I'll do, I'll create test case in test package. So simply I'll give name like test cases inside my src test java. So click on finish, and what I'll do, I'll create one test case. Let's say read Excel test, and here I'll write public void read Excel test method, and I'll give annotation at the test. We have to import test from org.testng.annotations. Now what I need to do, I need to create the object of this Excel library, right? So simply we'll create the object of Excel library. Like this we can create, and we have to import Excel library from this package com.readexcel. Okay, and what this is giving, yeah, it will throws declaration, so exception. Now using this object we'll call our method which we have created, read data, this read data. Okay, and here we'll provide few parameters. Okay, sheet name, which sheet we want, and row and column, particular row and column. So simply we can call obj dot read data. What is sheet name? This is my Excel sheet, so sheet name is test. So in double quotes I can provide the sheet name over here, and which row I want. So this is 0 1 2 3 4, let's say fifth. So I'll provide fifth, and column is first. So it should print last name 6. So let's see whether it will print or not. So this will return string type of data stored like this, and simply you have to just print that the data is, and just print this variable. Okay, so let me just run it, because we have given this at the test. So we can run TestNG, we can run this as TestNG test. Hope it should run. Yeah, it is run successfully. Now if you see the console, here you can see last name 6. So this is how we got. Okay, so this is how you can create the Excel library as per your requirement. Like here I have created, and we can call this method anytime, anytime in our test case. This where is that, this read data method. Okay, and it will take based on, we need to just provide the sheet name and row and column. Okay, so this is how you can do, you can read Excel file in Selenium WebDriver. And in the next video guys, I'll show you how to write data into Excel file. Okay, and I'll provide the complete notes in my blog, that is automationtestinginsider.com. If you navigate to automationtestinginsider.com and just navigate to this Selenium tutorial, and here you will find all the tutorials. Okay, and here I'll provide the complete notes and source code of this particular session. So thank you for watching, have a nice day, and if you're new to my channel, then please subscribe it. Thanks a lot, bye.